is Kyalami Today we're at the Kyalami Grand Prix Circuit. Today we are hosting one of the most iconic races of South African motorsport. We are hosting the South African Endurance Series Championship race, which is famously known as the 9 Hours of Kyalami. We start at 1 o'clock and we end at 9 o'clock. This is another part that's exciting about endurance racing, where machines and men are tested from day to night. So it's a beautiful day today.
My name is Wayne Riddell. I'm the Chief Executive Officer for the Southern African Endurance Series. And welcome to the 9 Hours of Kyalami. Motorsport has got quite a long, deep heritage and history in South Africa. And the 9 Hours actually goes back to 1958, the first time that they hosted the 9 Hours of Kyalami. And for good reason, during the sanction period, it lost its luster and it never got its international participation. And it battled to kickstart and restart again. So Kolile Tlatla and myself, after taking over the series, worked on trying to change the brand and uplift it back to some of its former glory. But what was very clear to us was that the barrier of entry was quite high and the sport had become quite exclusive rather than inclusive. So we went about our business restructuring it so that we can give it best back to the people of this country. So the product that we are taking care of now has only just started. It's only really just been born. So from a growth perspective, we have, the sky is absolutely the limit.
My name is Fikile Olomisa. I race for Team Kubani. We are here for the 9 Hours of Kyalami.
I'm Sechaba Masheho and I'm with Team Kubani as well. Yeah, we're racing the 9 hour.
Well, there are 3 of us. The one driver isn't here yet. So we're planning to race 3 hours each, where he will start because he's the fastest. So we want him to set the pace for us. Then we do driver changes. He starts, and the second driver comes in. I go to the third stint. He comes in, and that's how we rotate until we get to the end.
The car is a backdraft V8 built in South Africa. It has a Toyota 1UZ V8, so it's a Lexus V8, and it's built on a BMW E36 chassis. Weighs, I think, if I'm not mistaken,
a ton.
Yeah, just under a ton. Yeah.
A ton.
And it's very light, Joe. It's very light.
And the car itself it's very basic. It's only got power steering, no ABS, no traction control. So it's a manual gearbox. Yeah. So everything relies on the driver.
And that's very different from where I come from, because my original race car had paddle shift, traction control, stability control, ABS, and then you go to this, it has none of that. Yeah, so it's a completely different driving experience.
So my name is Fabian Lance.
I'm Kyalami, and we are racing at the 9 Hours of Kyalami in the SAE Championship.
Yeah, so behind us here is a Cobra racing car. So it's like, I think the best way to describe it is like a muscle car. And then if you have a look that way, there's a whole lot of other of them there. So over there. So there's a lot of other Cobras. So we basically race in one class. I think there's like 13 of us.
There's 13 of us for this event. I think the best way you can describe the car is like a really big go-kart. Lightweight,
Yes.
lots of power. It's really fun to drive.
So we're part of the backdraft racing team. So that's, you can call it the umbrella team. And so then under that, they've got like sub-teams. So we've got our personal mechanic that works on our car. And then they've also got the refueling team that only does refueling for everybody that needs to come in on the designated pit stops.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I think the brilliant thing is Backdraft, if you have ever heard of them, I would argue probably one of the best teams we have in South Africa. They will always do everything in their power to make sure you can finish a race. Because as you know, endurance is very long, anything can happen. So anytime we come into the pits, it's always 100% all the way to the end.
Motorsport is not only about the guy that pilots this. In fact, motorsport, the guy that pilots is 20% of motorsport and the racing. This car has to be prepared by all the guys you see, the engineers on the engineers booth, the tire guys that prepare it, the people that supply these clothes, the people that have hosted us in these hotels and B&Bs. That is motorsport.
So in a nutshell, this is the South African Endurance Series. This is what we do. We are the circus when it comes to town. We roll around the country, 6 race meetings a year, and we always end here, the famous Kyalami Grand Prix Circuit, and we run the 9 Hours of Kyalami here.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting our racing, and thanks for supporting motorsport. We hope that we can get better and greater support.
We hope to see you at one of our endurance races next year.